I think let's start with him. This guy who was being critical, we all saw the horrific terrorist attack that took place. 16 people died. But then you had the Muslim hero in the picture.
He's a hero to the whole world, except
Mr. PVD.
That's like him, this little flipping scumbag he is. Let's watch the video for ourselves.
Let's take a look and see.
While a man named Ahmed Al-Ahmed, who happens to be Muslim at 43 years old, steps in, we've all seen the video, takes away the weapon, gets shot twice, is celebrated as a hero, which he ought to be. You know what the irony is? The irony is even one good, peaceful Muslim man couldn't save the life of 15 innocent human beings celebrating Hanukkah, which is what their religion is about.
If you think about it, he actually goes, there were 2 Muslim terrorists who were jihadists, and then the hero, he happened to be Muslim. It's as if it's like an accident. It just happened. It wasn't intentional. So the jihadist...
Well, keep in mind, that's true, right?
The hero...
I mean, that's true. It's like the guys who planned it, they obviously planned the attack. It's no great mystery what inspired him. It's just there are multiple things that could have inspired them. It could have been the calls for globalizing Intifada. It could have been, we're not getting our virgins until we start fighting these Jews, and so we have to set things off. They're making mischief in Muslim lands. Muhammad said he'd been made victorious with terror. There's all kinds of things that could have given them the idea here, and so they plan it. And unless part of their plan was this guy was going to be there, it was just he's kind of randomly there. This dude is just there. And I mean, until they show me something in Islam that would make you think, hey, if someone's carrying out an attack against Jews, as Muhammad commanded, my job as a Muslim is to stop them from being successful in their terrorist attack against Jews. That's the point. One seems like it flows directly from Islamic teachings. The other seems completely at odds with Islamic teachings. And so it seems like you'd say, this guy's a Muslim, but he just seems to be the kind of guy who wants to jump in and stop a terrorist attack, which is good. But that was random. That's like a random thing. The other was planned and orchestrated. It's great. It's great that he was there, but I don't see what the problem is with what Patrick just said. I think what Patrick was saying was, what does that have to do with Islam causing these terrorist attacks? What? A guy stopped it. Great. Awesome. He's a hero. Patrick said he's a hero. What does that have to do with us having a serious problem with Islam right now? Nothing. In other words, if there's another terrorist attack next week and 15 jihadis go and try and massacre a bunch of teenage girls at some concert and stuff like this, and some Muslim grabs one of them and stuff, how does that mean that there's not a problem with Islam constantly bringing about these terrorist attacks?
And this is a great opportunity for them to respond to that, right? Mm-hmm. They are sitting in front of the cameras next to one another. They've got these interesting eye contacts and smiles towards one another. They should they've got enough time to respond to it.
Yeah, and they're going to show us, which I'm wondering, because I have no idea where they would get this from, but they're obviously going to show us why the terrorists who are killing Jews, as Muhammad made it his goal, why they're not following Islam. And the guy who was there and protected the Jews from being killed by Muslims, he was actually following real Islam, and this is what's needed to refute Patrick Bet David.
That's what they are going to do. Let's go back to, we don't miss that part. Those are important moments.
Happen to be Muslim. Mm-hmm. It's as if it wasn't intentional. Mm-hmm. So the jihadist, it's intentional. It's from the religion. Sure. The hero Muslim,
you hear that? The jihadist, that's intentional. Yeah, if you have a bunch of guns that you brought to kill a bunch of Jews, that's like the definition of intentional. You're obviously intending it. If you're standing there minding your own business and blue, and you charge him, okay, there's a degree of intention. You're intending at that moment when things open fire and stuff. But apart from that, no. You might not even have wanted to be there if you knew it was a terrorist attack was going to happen. So let's just say one is vastly more intentional than the other. The first, the attack required planning, getting all kinds of weapons, practicing with those weapons probably for years, planning for the future when, one day we're going to launch a terrorist attack and we're going to be really successful. That's what we're training for. They probably had this in mind for a long time. They're just waiting for the perfect opportunity. And the beginning of Hanukkah seemed like a really good time to them. Other guy, pretty seriously doubt that he'd been planning to jump in and save people for a long time. Like he's if a bunch of jihadis ever show up to, matter of fact, I mean, if you wanted to say it's intentional, like, is this guy like, I'm actually going to go stand around here at this Hanukkah celebration. I'm going to wait in case anyone does something. I'm going to run in there with my life. And this guy's been training all this time for that sort of thing. He had like a tackling dummy out in his backyard. He just runs and tackles the dummy and tackles the dummy and tackles the dummy, practicing to take one of these guys down and so on.
I'm going to ask a practical question. So, how many times did you hear that Jews are calling themselves jihadists?
None, unless, I mean, parts of conspiracy theories, but like in actuality, I've never heard Jews call themselves jihadis.
How many times you heard Muslims are calling Jews jihadis? Jihadis are like only for certain people group, right? That like the religion of pieces. Did you pick up Ali Dawah is calling those brothers who murdered people are jihadists?
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah. Like he's using the term jihadist for them.
There happened, and then the hero, he happened to be Muslim. It's as if like it's like an accident. It just happened. It wasn't intentional. So the jihadist, it's intentional. It's from the religion. The hero Muslim, he happened to be Muslim. He could have been atheist.
Yeah, he's identifying them as jihadis. So I think, according to Ali Dawah, they're going to get those versions.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. Allah's going to be like, everyone's saying you're actually working for Netanyahu, but, I don't trust you nearly as much as I trust my A-team, Ali Dawah and Mohammed Hijab. And they say you're actual jihadists. So you know what? I'll tell you what, I'll give you half your virgins. Half, all right? That's the best I can do.
Yeah, probably they will take it.
Like the revert girls.
He just happened to be Muslim.
Happened to be there.
And then he comes and says that this Muslim hero, but he couldn't stop the 15 people being killed. What do you mean by that? Are you trying to say that he watched and said, okay, we've killed enough of the infidels?
Now, the thing is, he's criticizing him because he put the gun down. But the fact of the matter is, if he had the gun, he kept the gun.
Yeah.
The police may have thought
that's why
he was one of the people that were shooting.
You've seen the video. He puts it down and puts
he put his hands up to show that I'm not part of this operation.
Yeah.
In fact, I've disarmed this individual. And the police did get it wrong, by the way. I don't know if you saw subsequent footage.
There's some rumors.
When they went on the bridge, did you not see the footage there? There was also footage on the bridge.
Another guy,
where the police this other guy was putting his hands up as well.
Yeah.
The police were finding it difficult to differentiate.
The crowd started attacking him in his above.
Yes, exactly. So he was fully within his right to do that. I mean, I think the guy has done like such a brave and gallant act, to be honest.
They raised £1 million for him on the 24 hours, bro.
Amazing.
£1 million for him. He doesn't even want to mention his name. If you notice, he didn't even mention it.
He doesn't want to mention his name, but maybe.
Didn't he mention his name? The clip they played?
I don't remember. I've only seen the little clip that they just played, but
yeah, in that little clip they played, he said to his Ahmed.
Oh yeah. So said his name. And again, I didn't see the full PBD video. I only saw the part they posted. But I interpreted when he said, "Hey, there's a Muslim hero, but that didn't save the 15 people." And it's like, well, that guy didn't. But I think the point was when Muslims are going on a killing spree, and even if you have a hero, there's still tons of people dying. So Islam's still a problem regardless. Yeah. Even if you have an occasional hero, it doesn't stop all the other people from dying. I'm sure there were Muslim heroes on 9/11 who were like rescue workers or something. I'm sure there were Muslim heroes on 9/11. That did nothing to save those 3,000 people. So it's if you have a bunch of people hell bent on slaughtering people in the name of Allah, the occasional hero is you don't say, oh, therefore there's no problem because there's an occasional hero. That's just weird. So I don't even understand what they're objecting to there.
So they're just objecting. They need to object him because it will help them to get views, but they haven't put together the arguments yet.
Powerful arguments.
Powerful, not arguments.
The thing is, he has to understand now, his hatred for Islam and Muslims is becoming too clear. So he hates Islam, he hates Muslims, but he himself, what he does is he uses people as human shield because he's a coward, actually. Yes. And I don't know why he's talking about these things. I don't think he's no bravery accolades at all, zero. So he can't be talking about, oh, this person did this and this person done that. Oh, they could have done this. This is a serious matter. Like
now they're just talking about trash about PBD.
So they got the opportunity, okay? PBD commented on the hero who stepped in and disarmed one of the attacker. And then that gave Mohammed Hijab and Ali Dawah opportunity to go after him.
It's just a weird situation. Talking about PBD's just hatred of Muslims. And so what was it, like 2 years ago, trying to bring Christian Muslims together on the same page to unite them against like the left and LGBTQ stuff? And hey, can we just all get on the same page? And I think he had offered that to Mohammed Hijab and maybe Ali Dawah, but Mohammed Hijab and someone else to be on there. They refused. And so they picked, they recommended like Daniel Hakikachu and Jake to take the place. But He was trying to figure out ways for Muslims to unite on things that we actually have in common, and then to use that alliance to go against things that we both disagree with. But on the show, the two Muslims are like, yeah, you two Christians have to die. If we ever get in power, you're going to die. You're both going to be executed, because we believe in executing apostates and critics, and that's both of you, and so you'd both be dead. And they're breaking that down. And then PBD's like, okay, so why don't we unite and blah, blah. And everyone is watching this going, what? One side just said the other side has to die, and you're expecting them to work together now after this? And so it was just insane. But yeah, I have to say, this happens over and over and over again. It's like Jordan Peterson. A few years ago, Jordan Peterson's trying to unite everyone, and then he stops thinking that's a good idea. Why? People try to do it, and they realize then they find out what Islam actually teaches. They start bringing on some Muslim speakers and stuff, and they start finding out, wait a minute, you guys do believe in killing people. You do believe in killing apostates. You do believe in killing critics. You do believe in all these things. Oh my goodness. And then they give up on that project, and then the Muslims attack them. Oh, look at this. They hate Muslims. You guys had in your hands people, very powerful people with huge platforms, who get this awesome idea for you to unite with all these, and you guys destroy it every single time. And then you blame the person who was trying to unite. This is just weird. And then you blame them for causing division. You're the guys who caused division. You're the ones who keep doing it over and over again. Anyway, I don't even know what to do here. These guys are tactical morons.
I guess the idea is like, now I've got the mic and my friend next to me, I can say whatever I want to say. So this is opportunity for it. Like they took those platforms, like for example, Jordan Peterson platform. And then when he got sick, those people were rejoicing. Well, anyway, Muslim heart and Muslim mind in here. Okay, it's not on the screen. Let's try again. Something is happening here. Genies are stepping in and...
You see? This is a proof.
Well, it's not playing right now.
Patrick David.
Okay, what I'm going to do is... I'm going
to... Start it over.
Yeah. I was going to go with other option, kick it. But I can't do that, so I'll do start again.
Do Turks do that too?
Everyone does that.
It's like
That's
American.
very basic human rights.
There we go.
Bravery accolades, that's all, zero. So he can't be talking about, oh, this person did this and this person done that. Oh, they could have done this. This is a serious matter. Like, he has no obligation to do this in the first place. And he's doing it out of something that many people, the bystanders, could have done, and this guy done it. So he can't say, well, armchair critics are, oh, he could have done this and he could have done that. Yeah, absolutely. What would you have done? What would your Ponzi scheme expert have done?
Yeah, what would you do?
What would you offer them? What do you call it? Pyramid scheme brochures? Or what would you have done exactly? Offer them a job, as you did to the people that came to you in the Jubilee show.
Yeah.
This guy's is a nobody. Yeah. Actually, Piers Morgan was quite good on this, actually.
So he's nobody. They used the opportunity to go after him. And even though he expressed that the gentleman who stepped in is a hero, still he's nobody.
He's nobody. Hang on. Hey, he's got 2.82 million subscribers.
As a nobody.
Yeah, that's more than these guys combined. And these are the top two Dawah guys on the planet. So this random Assyrian dude has more. What do you mean, nobody?
I guess we all want to be that nobody right now, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now Piers Morgan.
I mean, let's watch.
Watch and come back and respond.
But it's a salient fact to the whole debate about the narrative that many have, which is that the creeping Islamification, if you like, of the West has been the major problem here, that there are way too many Muslims living in Western countries with a different culture, that many are prone to violence, and that's what we've seen here. But the guy that saved so many lives, Ahmed al-Ahmed, turned out himself to be a Muslim immigrant from Syria. So by the yardstick of keep them all out, you would also have to keep out the guy who saved many lives and has become not just a national hero in Australia, where he's been a citizen since 2006, I think, but has become a global hero. I mean,
that is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
In a GoFundMe for him, including people like Bill Ackman, leading Jewish figures in the United States. So this is a complex story because it's not easily dismissed as the way many would like it to be.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. Now, how stupid was that? He said, "Hey, people complain because if you're bringing in large numbers of Muslims and there's a percentage of them, some of them are just here to live normal lives and so on, but there's a percentage of them who want to go on a killing spree against Jews or other people. So anytime you're bringing in large numbers of Muslims, you're also bringing in some people who are going to wage terrorist attacks. And so some people say, well, don't bring in large numbers of Muslims. But Pierce just said, but keep in mind." mind that as you're bringing in large numbers of terrorists, you'll also bring in the occasional hero who will stop them before they kill more people than they might. So they'll just kill 15 people because you'll also be bringing in the hero. So you don't want to not bring in the hero. So what he just said is it's worth bringing in a bunch of terrorists if you also bring in the occasional hero. Guys, that is exactly what Piers Morgan just said. He said, if you're bringing in large numbers of Muslims, yes, you're going to get some terrorists in there who are going to go on a killing spree, but that's just the price you have to pay for bringing in the occasional hero who will stop them after they've killed 15 people. And so he'll save some extra lives. He'll help minimize the mass casualties. And they say that's the great point. What a great point. Great point, Piers.
I'm hearing this and I'm just thinking, some people are paid to be stupid. Some people are born to be stupid, and over it, they are being paid for it. And this is one of those moments. Yeah, two terrorists murder people. Not two terrorists, two Muslims murder people, but there was bypass a Muslim who stepped in. So let's bring all other terrorists in. Probably there will be one good apple in them. I can't remember who pointed out earlier, like if the bypass a Muslim knew Muslims are murdering Jews, would he step in or not? I think that question still stands here. But yeah, so this is the logic of Piers Morgan. If we didn't bring them in, we wouldn't have the hero today. He's not saying if we didn't bring them in, we wouldn't have people who are being murdered today.
Yeah, so he just said 15 lives lost is worth it to have the guy who saved even more from being killed. Now, notice, if you didn't have any of the guys there, none of these people would have been killed. But you did get the hero by bringing in tons of people. So it's good, and how dare anyone say stop bringing in so many Muslims.
Very disturbing. Very disturbing. People who's got platform, some of them don't have brain. Seriously, they left their brain in freezer. Anyway, so of course, Ali Dawah and Mohammed Hijab just fall in love with him.
The way many would like it to be.
Yeah, so to be fair, that was put in quite a good way by people. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was, because at the end of the day, he's like, okay, you're talking about immigration and this, that. But here we go, you have a immigrant who's a Syrian descent, and he is someone who's there to drink coffee, and he saved the day. So what do you say to that, And again, even like the Australian Prime Minister came and warned Benjamin Netanyahu to not politicize this. And he said, do not meddle in with our affairs because you're trying to, cause tension. And now you can see, obviously, how low these Zionists are because they're using this to their agenda.
Yeah, and then from then it just goes after Jews.
It's pretty funny too. These Zionists are they just using it for their agenda. Yet, what is every Muslim doing right now? I haven't seen a Muslim since this attack who wasn't using this for his agenda.
Yeah, no one is talking about what this to Mr. Muslim did, but everyone is talking about steps into.
And I have to point out, if you're a Jewish leader and you just saw 15 Jews get slaughtered in the name of Allah simply for being Jews celebrating Hanukkah, how in the name of common sense would you not be pointing this out, saying, hey, guys, we got some problems here. It's becoming more and more normal to just go around slaughtering Jews. Maybe we need to figure something out here. Oh, look, he's just using it for his agenda. What? Stopping you guys from killing Jews? Yeah, that makes sense. Like I want Muslims to stop killing Christians in Nigeria. You want to call that my agenda? And after there's an attack, I point out, hey, there's an attack. Hey, we need to do something to stop Muslims from slaughtering Christians in Nigeria. Oh, yes, it's right, using it for the agenda, yeah? Bunch of dorks, man.
Very annoying, very annoying. I know I shouldn't feel it, but I just want to hold them and shake them. Anyway, let's take them off the screen. So,
it's funny though. You weren't around back in the day, but there was a show called Seinfeld back in the day, and George Costanza got this Gore-Tex jacket that was super puffy like that, and somehow Mohammed Hijab was watching Seinfeld one day and said, "I want that jacket," because he's literally wearing George Costanza's Gore-Tex jacket right now.
Well, good for him. Good for him. Do you want to listen a little bit more, or I think we need to stop it. We are almost reached the hour mark.
Up to you.
Do you want to go through the pain? Now they forgot about the jihadis. Now they are going after Israel. You make the call.
Up to you.
Okay, I'll just give him 1 more minute because it's painful, David. Okay?
Well, anything Ali Dawah is saying is painful.
If you're going to be consistent with this, yes, from a 10-year-old Jewish girl was killed, we condemn that. but we don't see the same thing. The bizarre thing is, with the Zionist side,
there is always but. There is always but. Yeah, this person did something. Yes, he's wrong. But they deserve it. But they are asking for it. But this is going on for years. It's always that but at the end of the sentence. Seriously.
You see them defending the genocide and condemning this attack. With the Muslims, you see us condemning this attack and condemning the genocide. So we are morally consistent. You know,
that's right. I mean, if this had happened in Gaza, no one would be speaking about it. It's just become normalized now, the killing of Palestinian people.
It can happen to them. It doesn't happen to us.
The moment it happens either to Jewish people or to white Europeans, or a combination of both, it's uproar, it's airtime, it's something spectacular. And that is the implicit.
Are they seriously claiming that no one pays attention to what goes on? Because that's kind of all I saw for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
All day, every day, every time I went on X, it was all I saw.
So every Saturday when there were like thousands of people in London supporting terrorist organization and asking for money to send it to Gaza, all that, apparently no one cared about them. And it is wrong to care about 16 people who got murdered by 2 Muslims in Australia.
Yeah, not part of any war, just people out there celebrating Hanukkah, and a bunch of them got massacred. So, well, it is different seeing a bunch of deaths in a war after a huge terrorist attack. Yeah, I have to say that's not as surprising. This would be pretty parallel. Imagine some Muslims who are gathering for Ramadan, and all they're trying to do, they're not killing anyone, they're not harming anyone, they're just gathering for Ramadan, and then some people run in there and start massacring them. Would these guys' attitude be, well, people being killed in other parts of the world, why is everyone focused on this? No, it would be headline news for a long, long time. Why? That actually happened in New Zealand. Someone went in and killed it. We still hear about that all the time. Years later, we still hear about that all the time. So, these guys are just spouting nonsense. This is like Muslim feel-good talking points that make absolutely no sense, but they're convincing to their fellow Muslims, and just start whining about Jews.